what's happening? John from Long Island punk band Wrecked. Happy New Year. On my way to the last day of work for the year. Hope you all have a happy and healthy 2020. A couple things before I get into the album I want to talk about. Here's to another shitty Tampa Bay Buccaneers season. They showed a little bit of promise, but unfortunately, in typical fashion, they fall short. So we'll see what happens. So I'm going to have to get bandwagon jumper and go along root for the Bills this year because my stepson's a big Bills fan. My wife's a big Bills fan. So that's who I'm going to have to go for. As far as NFC, it'll be the Saints. Only because I love Drew Brees. Love the idea of New Orleans. Never been there. But so that's what we'll look forward to football-wise. All right. The album I want to talk about this morning would be Lana Del Rey's Ultraviolence. And Lana Del Rey's a strange one for me because it's, you take a look at me, do I look like a typical Lana Del Rey fan? No. And I've been to shows, and I look like I should be picking up somebody in the parking lot, my daughter or my son, whatever it is. Doesn't that I belong there. But I first became aware of Lana Del Rey 2010, I'm going to say, when she came out with the Born to Die album. And it wasn't, she was good, she was talented. It didn't get me, though. I didn't really care. I'm not a pop music fan, admittedly. As I've said in the previous videos, I'm metalhead, from day one. Doesn't mean I don't listen to any other music. It's just that's the cloth that I'm cut from is heavy metal, extreme music, fast, screaming vocals, that kind of stuff. That's what's right in my wheelhouse. Again, doesn't mean I don't listen to other stuff. It's just that's what I gravitate towards. So Born to Die came out, and the Summertime Sadness remix came out, and I was like, just as like anything else. All right, it's Lana Del Rey. She pop singer. What do I have to do with it? Nothing. And then I remember reading about Ultraviolence coming out, and I was intrigued by it. Said it was a tank of an album. It was this. It was that. And I read about it. I forget where I read it, but I read it how it was a letdown for everybody and the pop fans. And I heard Brooklyn Baby. It was the first song I heard off of it, and I was like, geez, it's not a pop album. I mean, and anybody who wants to talk about Lana Del Rey, she's a pop artist. I get it, but this wasn't a pop album. It was a lot more guitar oriented, which is probably why I love it so much. But it's like the whole album's like being in like a trance of sorts. It takes you from the beginning to the end. Before you know it, the album's over, and you're like, whoa, man, without being hippy dippy about it, without being all weird about things. Certain music, gets into you. If you're a music fan like I am, certain music, you hear, you're like, whoa, it resonates with you. The only way I could equate it to is you see those, you watch flip through the channels on Sunday morning, you watch those masses, the congregations, Baptist churches, and everybody's singing, everyone's crying, and they're really feeling it. Personally, I've never felt that way about the religion. Maybe I'm in the wrong religion. I don't know. But I've never had that connection with that. I have had a connection with music, live music, though. And it's happened on more than a few occasions. And the most recent ones, or the most ones that come to mind, were Dropkick Murphys. When I first time or second time I saw them, it was a Belmont racetrack, and that was one of those experiences. When I saw Against Me, that kind of when I saw Zach Sabbath, Zach Wild doing Black Sabbath, opens up a snowblind, almost took a shit in my hat. I didn't know what to do with myself. That stuff. Well, anyway, getting back to Lana Del Rey, that's how she impacts me. That's how I feel about it. I've seen her live 4 times, and every time she's gotten better and better. The first time I saw her was at the Borgata, 2015. It was the weekend I proposed to my wife, Joanne. And so it represents something to me with her music. It represents my love for my wife and the new life that I tried to achieve, and did. So it represents that to me. And it's every time since that concert that I've seen her, she's gotten better and better. Now, does she sing the backing tracks? Yeah, she does. So does Motley Crue. Arguably, I saw Iron Maiden over the summer, and listen, If they weren't playing the backing tracks, they are the best goddamn 60-year-old musicians I've ever seen. Because those songs sounded to a T.
So anyways.
She sings the backing track. She got these useless dances / backup singers that probably don't sing. And, it is what it is. The fan base is young girls or, gay men, which I have no problem with neither of them. Just I don't fit in. I just look like I should be at a pig roast at Mr. Beery's, maybe. I don't know. But, so, her music means that to me. And the Ultraviolence album literally is one of my top 5 albums of all time. Up there with Slayer's Rain and Blood. Up there with, any Clash album, any Misfits album, any Ramones album, because you put it on and it's an experience for me. Her subsequent releases were good. Most recent album, Norman fucking Rockwell, is hands down the best album of 2019. Easy. It's a great album, and I really advise anybody who likes, any type of music to get it. It's just a great album, cover to cover. Again, Lana Del Rey on face value, all right. She's a privileged girl from New York who's, came from rich parents who financed her career, and I don't hold that against her. I mean, shit, to do anything in life, you need money and you need contacts. That's probably why I'm playing in Mr. Beery's for nobody, because I have neither. But that's the idea. So I don't know why I feel like I have to defend my love for Lana Del Rey's music, but it is what it is. I've seen her, like I said, 4 times. Last time I saw her was at Jones Beach over the summer, and that was the best show I've ever been to. Easy. Joanne and I got the VIP section where they sit down, they have table service. It was nice to be able to go to a concert, not getting shoved in with people pissing on the floor, knocking into your knees, getting up to go to the bathroom every 2 seconds. It was nice. And I mean, a beautiful venue, Jones Beach, South Shore, Long Island. You can't get better than that, in my opinion. So that was a great show, and I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing her some more. But we'll see what happens as she's on tour, I think, in Europe now, and after that, she's supposed to be coming out with a new album again the early part of next year, 2021 or end of 2020. So I don't know. I'm going to be looking forward to it because, again, it's her music just it resonates with me. And I would suggest anybody, if you're a fan of metal, if you're a fan of hip hop, if you're a fan of pop music, if you're a fan of any music, really, punk, maybe not so much ska. She might not do anything for you if that's what you listen to. But I strongly suggest checking her out because it's really music that if you're a music fan, you'll really bite into and really get something out of it. Again, Ultraviolence, every song. My personal favorite of Ultraviolence is Brooklyn Baby. Cruel World is great. The song Ultraviolence is great. But again, I can't really, after that, every song is really that good. And that's really all I have to say. Happy New Year, and I'm going to continue to go to work. Hope everyone has a healthy New Year's Eve. I'm going to be staying home because that's child's play. Let the kids have fun. I'll be home. All right. Thanks for listening. Also, you can check out I have a YouTube channel, despite myself, called JC from Long Island, where I'm going to be putting these videos up. Actually, I put them up. And I'm going to be discussing other stuff, not just albums, but maybe just stuff I feel like I have something to say on, that I feel like someone might want to listen to. So that's it. Happy New Year. Thanks.